Limiting exposure to negative news or social media, especially in the evening hours, is a crucial step toward protecting your mental space and ensuring that your mind is calm and ready for sleep. In today's hyper-connected world, it's all too easy to be flooded with distressing headlines, divisive opinions, alarming statistics, and emotionally charged images, often without even seeking them out. This constant stream of digital input, especially when consumed late in the day, can significantly elevate anxiety, trigger emotional reactivity, and keep your brain in a state of heightened alertness long after the screen is turned off. The brain is naturally wired to respond to potential threats, and much of modern media, whether it's sensational news stories or emotionally manipulative social content, triggers this ancient response system. When you scroll through a feed filled with conflict, outrage, or tragedy, your brain can't always distinguish between virtual danger and real-life threats. This leads to increased production of cortisol and adrenaline, the same stress hormones released in fight-or-flight situations. These hormones prepare the body for action, not rest, raising your heart rate, tensing your muscles, and keeping your mind racing. This becomes particularly problematic at night, when the goal is to move into a state of safety and surrender that allows for deep, uninterrupted sleep. Even just a few minutes of upsetting or emotionally activating content can derail this transition. You may find yourself ruminating over news stories, mentally replaying social arguments, or feeling agitated without a clear reason. This mental clutter interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, and makes it harder for your nervous system to settle into its natural rhythm. Creating boundaries around media consumption, especially in the hour or two before bed, can have a profound impact on your sleep quality and overall well-being. One of the most effective strategies is to designate a media curfew, a firm cutoff time in the evening after which you no longer check news apps, social media, or even emotionally intense TV shows. Instead, use this time for activities that promote calm and connection, reading a book, journaling, listening to music, taking a warm bath, or enjoying quiet conversation. Turning off notifications on your devices is another helpful step. Constant alerts, even if you don't respond to them, keep your attention fragmented and your stress levels subtly elevated. Silence your phone, place it in another room, or use settings like Do Not Disturb to create an intentional buffer between yourself and the digital world. This small change can create a surprising sense of peace and freedom, allowing your mind to disengage and begin the process of mental unwinding. It's also helpful to curate your content, not just avoid the negative, but actively seek out the positive. Follow accounts that uplift and inspire rather than outrage and exhaust. Choose content that makes you laugh, teaches you something new, or encourages compassion and understanding. The quality of what you consume shapes the quality of your thoughts, and in turn, your sleep and mental health. Even during the day, be mindful of how often and why you're checking social media or the news. Many people fall into the habit of compulsive scrolling, not because they're seeking information, but because they're unconsciously trying to soothe stress or boredom. Ironically, this usually has the opposite effect, leaving you feeling more overwhelmed or numb than before. Becoming aware of this habit and replacing it with healthier coping strategies can dramatically reduce your overall anxiety levels and improve your emotional resilience. Over time, as you reclaim your attention and disengage from constant negativity, your nervous system begins to reset. You'll notice that you fall asleep more easily, wake up feeling less tense, and carry a more balanced emotional tone throughout the day. You'll also develop greater clarity and control over your thought patterns, which helps reduce rumination and overthinking, two common culprits behind insomnia. In the long term, limiting exposure to negative media isn't just about sleep, it's about reclaiming your mental sovereignty. It's a conscious choice to guard your inner world from unnecessary stress, to prioritize your peace of mind, and to respect the rhythms of your body and brain. In a world that constantly competes for your attention, creating quiet, tech-free space at the end of the day is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, your sleep, and your sense of calm. By stepping away from the noise, you make room for stillness, and in that stillness, true rest can finally begin.